You ever wondered why, despite all the big news lately, like Pi Network getting listed on Kraken Pro for futures trading, the price of Pi still seems like it's stuck in slow motion, barely lifting off from 78 cents? I mean, we're talking about one of the biggest updates in Pi history, and the price still hasn't cracked that symbolic $1 mark. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, and today, we're diving into what nobody is telling you. From technical charts whispering bearish patterns to 12 million coins allegedly dumped from secret wallets to the 27% gap that's frustrating even the most loyal pioneers, it's a whole roller coaster. So here's a question for you. Do you think the price of Pi will break past the $1 psychological barrier this quarter? Or are we in for more sideways movement? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. And while you're at it, go check out my previous videos to catch up on the most recent Pi Network developments. Links in the description below. Now, if you're truly riding with the Pi community, show that love in the comments. Type Pi Network to the moon and let me know where you're watching from. Drop your country name. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to show your support so we can keep pushing out fresh updates, breaking down the technicals, and unpacking the truth about Pi Network's future. And yeah, join our Telegram and Facebook communities, links below so you never miss a beat. And just so we're clear, this video is for entertainment purposes only. It's not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment moves. Alright, let's get started. You'd think that a listing on a major exchange like Kraken Pro would send Pi Network's price rocketing, right? I mean, it's futures trading we're talking about. Leverage, exposure, more institutional eyes, all the good stuff. But surprise, surprise, since the launch on May 23rd, Pi hasn't exactly thrown a party on the charts. Instead of smashing past the $1 barrier, it's been dancing around 78 cents, slipping by 3% in just 24 hours. That's not just underwhelming, it's a bit of a letdown for many pioneers who had high hopes after the Open Mainnet launched earlier this year. Let's talk facts. The Kraken Pro listing was a big milestone. 20x leverage, over 40 different collaterals. And for the first time, Pi Network was thrown into the high-stakes arena of perpetual futures trading. It wasn't just symbolic, it was functional. It meant serious traders could now place bets on where they thought Pi was headed. But then came the twist. Despite all the hype, the market reaction was, let's say, cautious at best. Right now, the price of Pi is wobbling around that 78 cents mark. Earlier this month, it managed to brush against $1.60. Yes, $1.60. But whatever magic caused that surge quickly vanished, and what we got instead was a 50% drop, dragging the price right back to familiar territory. The daily volume didn't just slow down, it crashed, dropping more than 60% from its recent peak. And when volume dries up like that, you know what comes next. Weaker price movements, lower volatility, and a lot of confused investors staring at their screens. Let's peel back the layers here. The technical side of things isn't exactly cheering either. If you're looking at the MACD, it's painting a bearish picture. Those red bars just keep coming. The Sharp ratio, sitting at a weak minus 6%, hinting that while the market isn't panicking, it's far from confident. And unless we see a dramatic shift, maybe something like the ratio diving to minus 19% like in the past, don't expect a heroic comeback just yet. Chart watchers will tell you there's a descending triangle forming, a pattern that usually teases a breakout. But the catch? We don't know which direction. With price movement stuck between 73 cents and 78 cents, it feels like the market's holding its breath. Indicators like RSI are showing weakness, while volume remains too thin to spark any real movement. It's like revving an engine with no gas in the tank. But while the charts may look sleepy, the Pi ecosystem is far from stagnant. In fact, it's thriving. We're talking 60 million users strong now, with over 19 million fully KYC verified pioneers. That's not just a number, it's an army. Add in the 25 plus decentralized apps already running on the network, and you start to see a clearer picture. Price may be sleeping, but development is very much awake. Let's not forget the Open Mainnet is alive and kicking. Pi wallets are live, real in-app transactions are happening, and pioneers are gradually moving their MindPi into the mainnet for actual use. That's utility. Slow but steady. The Pi Core team isn't sitting back either. They've announced a potential Fireside token conversion to Pi, which could shake up the supply-demand equation. But of course, anytime supply changes are mentioned, it triggers debates. Will it dilute value? Will it ignite activity? No one knows for sure. But what's undeniable is that it's movement, and in crypto, movement matters. Now, here's where things get murky. According to some recent reports, about 12 million Pi tokens were sold off from insider wallets. Yes, insider wallets. The result? A brutal 50% price crash. That's no small slip. That's a thunderous fall that's still echoing across the community. Whether it was a strategic sell or a red flag for centralization concerns, it left a mark. And speaking of centralization, let's talk validators. From just 3, the network has now grown to 23 global validator nodes, which sounds great on paper. But critics are quick to point out that control still appears heavily concentrated in the hands of the core team. And that makes people nervous. Decentralization is supposed to be the heartbeat of any crypto project. If that trust is shaken, no amount of new listings can restore confidence overnight. Still, the optimism hasn't vanished. Far from it. For many pioneers, Pi remains more than a coin, it's a vision. The resistance level at 87 cents is still within reach. And if we do see a proper breakout above 78 cents, that $1 target starts to look real again. If momentum picks up, we could be looking at pushes toward 96 cents, maybe even $1.20. On the flip side, failure to hold current levels might drag us down to the 71-cent support line. That's a psychological test just as much as it is technical. And the real question is, how many investors are still willing to hold through the dips? But here's the twist. The Kraken listing didn't just open doors for everyday traders, it put Pi on the radar for institutions. Futures trading is not just about leverage, it's about visibility, infrastructure, and legitimacy. And with Kraken on board, we're no longer just playing in the backyard, we've stepped into the big leagues. So yeah, the price hasn't flown, but maybe that's okay. Because what's happening under the hood, ecosystem growth, application development, network scaling is laying the groundwork for something bigger. Price is only one piece of the puzzle, and while it's tempting to watch those charts obsessively, the real value is being built in code, community, and connectivity. In the end, we're still early. Yes, mining is over. Yes, the open mainnet is here. And yes, Pi Network has a long way to go. But it's moving, and in crypto, steady movement often beats loud hype. So the question now isn't just when will Pi hit $1, the real question is, will you still be holding when it does? So, let's recap. Despite the Kraken Pro futures listing bringing serious legitimacy to Pi Network, the price hasn't taken off as expected, hovering stubbornly around 78 cents. We explored why that's happening, from technical resistance and bearish indicators to insider token sales and lingering decentralization concerns. But through all that, Pi's ecosystem is growing fast. 60 million users, 25 dApps, and a live open mainnet, proving this isn't just another hype token. If you found this video helpful, insightful, or even just interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's your way of helping us keep these updates flowing and digging deeper into everything that's happening in the Pi space. Now here's a question for you. Do you think Pi Network's price will hit $1 before the end of the year, or are we in for more turbulence? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you have thoughts, concerns, or even your own theory, go ahead and let it all out down there too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.